In this video, we're going to talk about fire extinguishers. Now, most of the time, if there's a fire, you're going to evacuate the building. But here at HRP, we do have fire extinguishers. They're available just for voluntary use only. We typically communicate just, there's a fire, get on out. But maybe your employer is like us here at HRP, to where you have them, they're available, but they're available just for voluntary use. So if you do have them available for voluntary use, we're going to give you some tips on how to make sure they're ready to go and how to use them. You always want to know where the closest fire extinguisher is to your workstation. Some employers will have tags or signs like we do here to notify where the fire extinguishers are. Some workplaces might have a painted red column or something else that identifies where the fire extinguishers are. I'm up here in Connecticut this week. I don't work in the Connecticut office, I work in the South Carolina office, but this is the closest fire extinguisher to the cubicle where I've set up shop today. You want to make sure it's ready to go in case of emergency. I'm sure your employer, like we do here, inspects these every month, as you can see with the hang tag. But you'll notice right here on the gauge, you'll notice most of the area is red and there's a slim area of green. You want that needle to be right in the green. That means it's charged and it's ready to go. Next, you want to make sure it's the appropriate fire extinguisher for the job. You'll notice here we have an A, B, C fire extinguisher. What that means is that this fire extinguisher can be used for general combustibles like trash and paper. It can be used for liquids, and it can be used for electrical equipment. This is your most common type of fire extinguisher. So this is kind of your most common fire extinguisher you're going to see in most workplaces, unless you have some specialty chemicals or equipment going on. So now that we know where our fire extinguisher is, or it's only available for voluntary use, but now that we know where our fire extinguisher is, we know it's set up and ready to go, and it's the right tool for the job. Next, remember PASS. PASS stands for pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. So P, pull the pin. You'll notice there's the pin right here. So you pull it out, and when you pull it out, that means you're going to be able to discharge this fire extinguisher. Next is aim. You want to aim at the base of the fire. You're going to be tempted to aim at the top of the fire, but you're going to want to aim at the base of the fire. So pull the pin, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. Next is going to be squeeze. Notice I've put my pin back in so I don't make a mess here, but your next after pull, aim is going to be to squeeze. Not going to do it for real, but you're going to squeeze this handle and you're going to sweep it back and forth. That's our next. So we've pulled the pin, we're aiming it at the base, we're squeezing, and we're sweeping from side to side along the base of the fire. So pull, aim, squeeze, and then sweep. Now, it's going to be harder to put out the fire than you think, which is, again, use it for emergency purposes only. So you're going to want to sweep as you're exiting the building. Pull the pin, aim at the base, sweep side to side, and squeeze as you exit the building.